Alright everybody, Old Timer Mad Tom. This is going to be the start of my porch plant video. This is the before, kind of what I'm working with. Some things that I had to take into consideration is right now it's about 4:30, and as you can see, I'm a north-facing porch, so this porch receives no direct sunlight, which makes it difficult to grow a lot of things. We're gonna try to grow some shade living plants, which I've ordered. We'll add that into the video as I continue to do this. Over here is just some potting soil that I have from some more of my indoor house plants, and this is a stand I'm going to use. These aren't my boots. I have somebody staying over, but I'm not going to use all this soil mix. I'm going to use some other. I'll put that in the video as well, how I make my own potting soil. And the plants that I do have out here, to give you a good idea, this is what they call a coral cactus. I'll put the scientific name in the description. It's kind of lanky growing. You can kind of see here how it started off, kind of this little bunch. It's kind of grown up like this. I've been growing it underneath a grow light all winter long. And this is a spider plant that I took from someone that gave it to me. It's already shot out a couple of new leaves. There's a few more in there if I can zoom in. Yeah, so that'll probably quickly outgrow its pot. This, I'm hoping it becomes more bushy again. This is supposed to send these little long arms off. Like I said though, I think it's pretty lanky just due to growing indoors with a grow light. So, like I said, this is going to be the first part of the video. Next should be when I'm unboxing. Alright everyone, a little update on my porch plant project. My plant shipped in. Here's the live ones. Everything else was rootstock. We got some phlox and some, I don't know what this is, some Huchera, I believe. Probably slaughtered that, but that's what they look like. I don't think I'm actually going to plant these in here. I have this big planter. I think I'm going to plant my two hostas, lost words there, in these. I got this big thing. I think I'm going to plant maybe my bleeding heart, and I have three of another plant I can't think of right now. Then I'm going to put that spider plant over there in this pot, and I have an indoor plant that I'm going to bring out here, but it's got a African violet, or Tasmanian violet. I think it's a Tasmanian violet that I'm going to put into that pot over there. So I'll keep you updated. I think here I've got a friend giving me some ferns, some like wild ferns that I'm going to plant in here. So these, not sure what I'm going to put in here. I think I'm going to get some hanging baskets, 2 baskets to hang here and here. And then up here, I think I'm going to try to hang some like Boston ferns that I'm going to pick up tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And this you'll see in a video. Sister gave me, it looks like this pothos. Was in not the best shape, but we're going to try to get it revived and living again. Alright everyone, Old Timer Mad Tom. This is continuing our porch planting. So I've got all my plants. I'll show up a list. Just a minute to give you an idea of what I got. I believe that's the bleeding heart. We got 3 of these pluminarium. I'm gonna put my hostas in here. I got a drinking gourd hosta in one of them, and a hosta guacamole in the other. So those are gonna go in there. These 3 I'm gonna put in here. But I'm gonna plant those last because we're planning to use this to do some soil mixing. I'm going to show you guys that. This isn't exactly the best soil, but I like to mix in a little perlite with everything. These Fox and what's this other one? These dulcels or dulces perennials or Huchera, that's what they actually are gonna go. I'm gonna put the Hucheras in one and the Fox in the other. Those will go up on the porch. This will be probably right about where it is. I think I'm gonna take my indoor plant, put one there. That's the pothos. We'll see how that does. Not sure. Spider plant might go in a slightly bigger pot. So I have a few more plants out here, and I still have one coming from White Flower Farms. That's where I order all my stuff. I'm pretty happy with their stuff. Hopefully nothing's dead. That gives you kind of an idea. This was their hummingbird shade pack. I kind of like the look of it, so I ordered that. So this container though, I got a buddy that's got some ferns, and he's got like a whole garden section. He said I can come and take some of his ferns, so I'm going to try to get that as just like a whole box of ferns. So I think I'll give it a good look. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding some perlite to this soil. Let me get a scoop out of this so you can kind of look at it. So Virgo's this potting soil, it's pretty coconut husk or peat moss heavy. So that's what it looks like. I put in this, and I'm using this big pot today as my mixing pot, and so this will be the last pot I fill. But kind of give you a better idea. That's why you buy the extra perlite. You have a little more perlite in here. Provides a little bit better drained soil. Pretty happy with that. Like I said, you kind of have to get a feel for yourself of how much perlite you want. The more perlite you have, the faster draining. And more peat moss you have, the more it's going to hold water. So you want a good mix. You don't want to be watering, like every day, but every couple of days. So for example, this was a mix I did with a decent amount of perlite in it, and it'll hold for about 4 days. It does pretty well. Sorry about these dang air conditioners, but I'll keep mixing, and I'll show you how I'm planting these hostas. Alright, so here's my rootstock of my hosta. It comes wrapped in newspaper. I think there's like a little piece here. I wasn't too picky. Newspaper will compost. So this is the crown part. You want this buried. You want the soil to come to about right here. And the rest is all underground. It's good rootstock. I'm going to soak this, or soak some of them. It says to soak them for an hour in water. I'm curious how much that matters. So for this one, I'm going to plant just into the soil and water the soil really well tonight. And for that one, I'm probably going to soak. We'll see. So what you got to do is you just, sorry for the finger. You just got to move that out of the way. Get your shovel, dig your hole, and I'll show you what that looks like once I bury it. That's it, finally buried. Gives you a good idea. I don't really pack the soil down very much. Some people, like pat the soil in very well. I try to leave it pretty loose. As I water, it's gonna kind of naturally pack, and I'm gonna keep some. I've got obviously a lot of soil. I'm gonna keep some on hand to replenish the pot as it settles. That way, I don't want it overfilled especially when you water, especially the first couple of times, stuff will want to overflow and everything. This allows me to kind of control the depth of how much soil I have in here. So there's that planted. So hopefully this comes up. The only downside of doing rootstock hostas compared to, I guess, normal hostas is I'm kind of behind on the game. I could have, you know, at Home Depot or Lowe's bought the like first year plants. They would have grown really well, maybe outgrown this pot even. Hostas really well. But the downside of ordering or buying from Lowe's or Home Depot is, one, you're not supporting various nurseries. I like to support other people than Lowe's and Home Depot. And the other one is you can't get random brands, some of these guacamole and other hostas, you know, they're nursery specific. I don't know if these are or not, but you definitely get a different variety online. So these should come up pretty well this year. Hostas come back year after year, so we should be able to grow these really well until we move to a new place, and then they'll be put in the ground. So this is my second hosta, the drinking gourd hosta. This one I'm going to try soaking, so I have a little pot of water. It says about an hour, so I'm going to soak this, and I'm going to try soaking some of these other ones. You can see this one's already started to come up a little bit. I got these plants on Sunday, in the mail. They shipped out last Friday. So these I set out on Sunday when I got them. I set them outside Sunday night. But the rootstock I kind of just kept in the box they shipped in until I got a chance. Unfortunately, I didn't have some of the stuff I needed, so I think it'll be fine. So I'm gonna let these soak for a little while, and let them soak up some water. I'm gonna put these, group them that way I can keep track of them and soak these as well. So here's all my rootstock soaking. We got my bleeding heart, my pulmonaria, and my hosta. I'll let these soak for about an hour, and we'll go from there. So this is what the soil looks like before I add the perlite. And that's about enough. Kind of just add it. It's perlite's pretty dusty. Some people might want to wear a mask. And then you're kind of just gonna stir it in here. Give you an idea where I'm doing this, I'll bring you over to the bag real quick. If you ever want to know what's in soil, you should always list it. This is what I kind of pay attention to. It's nice because Georgia makes you. Just kind of tells you what's in it. So we have the classic peat moss, processed forest products, so wood chips, core and or compost. Then we have peat moss, perlite, and fertilizer. They don't put enough fertilizer in here to really count. You're still gonna have to fertilize on your own. Whether you keep that organic or not is up to you. But it's pretty heavy on the forest products, sphagnum moss. The forest products, whatever you want to consider them, that's like the filler. So everything else, your peat moss, it's gonna help absorb the oil. Some of your forest product will, but stupid air conditioner. Your peat moss is gonna be what kind of holds the water. Your perlite kind of helps drain. So you kind of want, sounds weird, but you want to mix all three. So I like to mix my own up a little bit better. I find that that adding perlite helps a lot. It just helps keep it aerated and doesn't let you bog down. And I find it easier to, it's harder for me to overwater, which is what I don't want to do. So you kind of see the difference there with the added perlite. Alright, so I have my little horse trough planters planted. planted my other hosta. Those are still soaking. Added some soil to this. I got just a lot going around. What I'm gonna start doing is adding some water to all this. Start soaking. If you have a water hose, put it on like a really like a soaker setting, something that allows the soil to take a while to really soak in, because even when you think it's watered, it might not be really watered in yet. So I kind of water a little bit, as you'll see. Oh, I'm caught up. Water a little bit, kind of get that going, and I might move to the next plant, like the hosta, and then I'll water this multiple times today until I got like water really coming out. Wish I had a water hose. It would make my life a little easier, but like I said, it's gonna take a while for all that peat moss and everything to really soak up all the water. So there's that. So alright, well, I'm gonna go get all these watered in well, and I'll update you on a video. Alright, so I've watered in the planters and the 2 hostas. As you can see, they're well and watered. I might have to add some more water to this hosta. Maybe not. It's slowly draining. Might work on those drain holes, and then that one it's all draining. But water in well. I topped it off with some more soil. So next, I'm going to fill these up. I'm going to try to get rid of as much dirt as I can. I still have to plant those. Got some odd-in pots, and like I said, I think I want to do some transplanting. Where this is going to be the real holdup, because I have this pot that came in that I kind of want to use, but I don't know if it's going to die or not, because I would use it for something else, you know. But I also have one more plant coming from White Flower Farms that's supposed to get here Sunday, so we'll see about that. But I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. Alright everyone, I have officially finished, as you can see, no more dirt. Officially finished planting the shade porch plants. So I got one more coming, so I guess I'm not officially done, but I'll make a separate video for planting that guy. He should be here on Sunday. This, the friends are giving me some ferns. They should go in here. Give a nice little hostas, ferns. This should be more of a shrub. We might have to get a bigger pot than that. We're going to work with that for now. You can always repot. And I got some 2 additional pots in case I get a new plant. Keep those planters. The little bit of soil I had left, and I did end up using all the perlite, but this mix, when I was filling this pot up, I actually did 2 things. I should have recorded it, but I was trying to get it done. I was getting a little tired. If you remember the Rootstock, like the hostas and stuff that came in, it was bound up in newspaper. I took the newspaper and I took a bunch of dirt and kind of mixed it together at the, probably like, you know, like a half, maybe a little more than half of the way. It was like a newspaper dirt mixture, and then I finished the top third with just the regular soil and perlite. I was trying to not use the whole bag of soil in case I need to add some more. I probably could have done a little bit more soil, a little less newspaper, but it does work. We'll see how it, well, I assume it's going to work. It's a cheaper method of filling up your pots, so we'll see how that goes. Newspaper and whatever the shredded paper was should decompose pretty readily. This primrose I had it inside over the winter. You can kind of see, sometimes they get a little close. I had it grow underneath like a grow light, just one solid light, not like a bar or anything. So I brought it out. I had it planted with, it was like planted to the side, so I dug it up, put it in the middle, because I had this Tasmanian violet is what I believe this is called. This was in the same pot because I was growing them both underneath lights. They're shade house plants. It looks like 2 of them, but they're actually kind of connected down in there. I could probably split them, but these guys are really fragile. If it gets going to be really windy or something, I'll probably bring them inside for the night. I moved this spider plant, I believe that's what this is. I put this into a bigger pot, and it used to be in this pot, moved to this. I also replanted this cactus because I got to looking, and it's been growing a little funny. As you can see, it shot out all our roots. I don't know if when I was growing it, I think I got it a little too dry, but hopefully it can come back. It's hopefully gonna branch out nice and big for us. So I wanted to move it to a little bit bigger pot. It's probably twice the depth, maybe hold a little bit more water, because the pot it was in right there, it's pretty shallow, even though it looks deep. I'll try to get in on there. Where that lip is, it's actually like maybe another, like, let's see if I can stretch in here. And the bottom of the pot comes to like right here, because this is like a water dish. It's really weirdly shaped. It doesn't hold water much, and it was almost root bound in there. My 2 hostas, and there should be 3 of these rootstocks. I don't know how well I planted these rootstocks. Hope well enough. And then the bleeding heart there. Hopefully it comes up. Like I said, we got the what are these again? The Hacheras, however you say it. I don't like Latin. And this one, these here. So we'll see how these do. My only fear is it gets really hot where I'm at down here in the coastal of South Carolina. I'm afraid it's going to really dry out, so I'll have to keep these watered pretty often. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated on everything. So that concludes this video. I will have an update on the pothos. I will have an update on everything growing in. I'll make sure to include how I'm collecting the ferns and planting them, and I'll definitely make sure to do a separate video for this 3 videos. So have a good day. Thanks for watching.